This is how you raise the bar. This is how you raise the bar. Now this is how you raise the bar. Raise the bar.
So yeah, raise the bar. First episode. So I keep it all about South Coast and hip hop and raising the bar from where it was before. So the higher it goes. Pethu Kuss ngapha, pethu WhyNot ngapha, pethu Talente la. So yeah, ziyash. Asivele zishe. Into engishayayo nje manje yazi ngizama ukungena kwi-page le South Coast Hip Hop and akugeneki angiboni lutho angazi noma yimina.
Khona page le South Coast Hip Hop?
Well, there used to be a group or something.
Yeah, group akuyona page.
I know, ngahamba. I'm sure they made me mad about something and I left the group.
How? But why kungasangeneki pho?
Walenzo uched.
Yeah.
Ucheda waliphu Anarchy.
Hey.
I think Anarchy say admin manje.
Sel privatizile noma?
Ulwazi anginalo angaka.
Hawu wena ungangayazi kanjani wena wagcina uyiking eSouth Coast phela ngithi.
Wagcina.
Kusekwenzakalani?
Abese ngisumhlala phansi ayisekho king.
Hawu. Wayishiya nje vacant kanjalo nje mfethu.
Vacant yeah. Ngenzela usime ngiphina ngibuya angisiyabo. Simba mehambile. Yolanda unala. Sakazo reclaim ubukhosi. Ngilindele unala.
Hayi ziyasho. So it's all about the South Coast hip hop mfethu. Or hip hop in general, yes, the South Coast, whatever you wanna call it. But yeah, bro. No mfethu.
Sure.
Ngeke ngithi uke wanyamalala because sike sanyamalala sonke ndoda.
Yeah.
But why? Kuss, why ninyamalele?
Why not?
Oh, you can answer that, bro.
Sinyamalele yini?
Well, from where I'm sitting, I would say umuntu obuke ngaphandle ngathi sinyamalele mfethu.
As far as what though?
As far as
what grounds?
As umculo. Mina ngikunabantu mina bake babuza uTalente wayapi mfethu. Yabo.
Kodwa manje you understand ukuthi kunomephi conversation. No amanzi classified.
Nanka amanzi mfethu.
Uthatha amanzi lapha osi.
Sure.
Kodwa you understand ukuthi kunomephi conversation involve South Coast hip hop.
Sure. Kunamanzi
Talente igama lakhe
aseclassified.
lizoba khona. Yabona into ngisho.
Mfethu.
Yeah. So akukhona ukunyamalala lokho.
But manje sizwani mfethu eqhamuka kunono mfethu unono urelisani nini kuphi
We.
Yayibona ke lo mbuzo leyo because to be honest ama fans akhona yabo abantu bakhona abantu bafuna ukuzwa stuff but how do they get the stuff, where do they get the stuff, where is the stuff? That's the core question. Where is the stuff?
I think growing up makes it a bit difficult for you to be consistent within how South Coast hip hop functions. It was not financially beneficial to be within the South Coast hip hop game. So if we're saying raise the bar, we're looking at how do we get this to operate within the industry standards. You get like a few people there and then. Abanye claim about my kings when they've never done nothing within the. Not you.
What are the shots?
No. I'm talking like when these new kids hear people everyone is claiming to be a king.
Yeah.
No one is outside. After you, like it's fine. The thing is, everybody within hip hop, you're supposed to believe that you're the best rapper.
Sure.
You're supposed to believe. I think like you are whack if you don't think you're the greatest.
Sure.
You're supposed to be able to think you can conquer everyone and then try to prove it.
Sure.
That's the only way you grow. But now, you're the best. And
Classified
you haven't classified.
Sure.
We got the water, and like what are you signaling? Like I don't know. I'm just saying like, crossing guard. Oh. Yeah.
Where's Wahala, man?
Okay, sure.
So bosayichaza ngama finance.
Yeah. So I get that we all love the culture, but as you're growing up, isn't that you have to do in order to put food on the table. Because you might say, now I cannot be out performing for free, throughout
Yeah.
because a
Yeah.
lot of these shows, and you can't blame the organizers for doing the shows where you perform for free because naba benzi mali,
Sure.
like when you're doing this thing, like it's very difficult to finance it and let it be taken seriously because every Tom, Dick and Harry is a rapper.
Let me
And
see khuluma mfethu ukuthi now the bar is so low.
yeah,
Besho
umuntu
uquest
say goat.
ukuthi wonke umuntu say goat,
yeah. And every rapper you come across, they believe they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. And they've got no accolades to prove it. They're not on the field. Akunda, thina sasine top deck. Uhlangane lapha sikhumane khona ke wazi ukuthi like even if like you think you're better than that person, you know how they are. Like when they like it's like when you fight a person, when guys fight physical fights, you never want to fight that person again, even if umhluleli.
Yeah, ngiyazwana
Ngoba
emva
ngibona
kwalokho.
ushaya
Yeah.
Ngiyazwana emva kwalokho
Yeah.
vele niswana. Kona ke are we still in touch kona with what's going on with any South Coast hip hop? Or
first mina nje personal kodwa ngiyabona phela ukuthi angazi ukuthi oba manje sebe-rap
nami ngishawa yilo nto mfethu. Like
because mhlawumbe kudala I knew ukuthi khona ama-rap angaka emagethi khona ama-rap
Sure,
angaka esigodpolo khona ama-rap angaka
sure.
e-White City obani futhi
yabo
yabo
yabo.
benzani.
Yabo
Kodwa
manje
nje,
angeke
ayi
ngitshele
manje,
nanokuthi hey phintwana erockayo ubani okhiphe ini.
yeah
But enye into angazi noma mhlawumbe ithina is out of touch noma ithina esikhulile or asilandeli. or
izinto
asilaleli.
seziningi manje mfethu izinto seziningi manje mothi uyabheka at that time mhlambe senza music
Sure.
noma wena usawenze ngoba umdala yabo mhlawumbe ingoma zazingadownloadwa yabo
Sure,
ngisho
sure.
kodwa uthola ukuthi ingoma yakho iyadlalwa from here to eHarding to eThekwini kaMashi Ntuzuma yabo kodwa ihambe ngebluetooth kuphela
Sure.
yabo
sure,
ngisho so the more music kuba accessible kakhulu is the more sithola izinto eziningi yabo i-variety yezinto ugcine
Oh, yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
yeah
You don't really appreciate into ithola mahali isikhathi esiningi.
no.
Like there's very few things that you get for free. You don't value it as much as into or shizilele. Like
Sure,
when you know it was
sure.
difficult to get the song and you have to say, yo, I got this. And now, like even with streaming, like how the industry is set up, like everything is up for streaming.
Yeah.
But still, like the bar is still low this side because people are still happy with data file hosts downloads.
Yeah.
They're still
Yeah.
happy with
Yeah.
hey, Slicker's upping his game now because they have their streaming services, their distribution thingy that just kicked off. But nakhona those free downloads, hip hop is just into ngikhumbula ngikhuluma nomDix and I was explaining how hip hop functions. They were talking about. I was telling him about the mixtapes, the EPs, the stuff that we release for free. It's like in Kipumkulo Mahala, like,
Hey, thanks.
like that's our culture though.
Hey,
Like
thanks.
you have to sort of prove where you come from.
Sometimes khona ongathi sabajwayeza.
Yeah.
Yabo khona ongathi sabajwayeza. Khona kodwa engathi mina abafuni ukujwayela manje. Ukuthi isikhathi sesinje. Because you still find abantu befuna ukusendelwa.
angisendele
Mfethu. Yabo angiba blame though but
ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi
Yabo.
ever since ngaba no music wa talent ngangusendele
ngangusendelwa mfethu. So akakaphumi lokho ukuthi
Yeah.
ngifuna ngisendele but
Sure.
times change and ubenza kanjani ke abantu ukuthi bathi ba gravitate to the change. Yabo.
Hey man, it's difficult. Ungathi
Hey.
abantu they download mahala off the internet, like on Gufagaza and all that. These are long conversations that everyone has been having. Umuntu feels because I use the data I to download this.
Give
So,
supporting.
supporting.
sure
So they don't really understand that they're doing anything wrong. And I'm an artist, like it's very tricky to maneuver within these waters. And nakuthina sibe nale mqondo of as the older cats. Like for instance, I was looking at MXO. He has a song with Uyanga. He was here. We interviewed him on Moments in Time and blah blah blah. When he's releasing the album, he released it on Bandcamp. Bandcamp is actually the best for artists who want to actually make money because you can put a value and decide by like, nah, I'm selling this for 50 rand. Yeah, and it's coming straight to you. Like there might be a percentage for my fees that are deducted, but people are so spoiled to people just it's available everywhere. Yabo, you can
Yeah,
go stream it
yeah.
and download it everywhere. Then utote now bangati aina impact into yako because you're not flossing millions of streaming numbers that you're getting peanuts for, as opposed to because if you get like 1,000 people to buy on Bandcamp for 100,000, I mean for 100 rand, like you've made like 100,000. If you get people 100,000 people to stream your song, you might have made 1,000.
Sure.
Or like how messed up that whole system is. Yabo.
Yeah, content ngitazayo mina wana kunezinto engifuna ukuzikhuluma la esibethanda ukuba ngifuna ukwazi ngama beef mina ayekaba khona la and I'm involved kuona mfethu usani wenze ngathi anizange nibeef nina la usani wenze ngathi like ngiqhamuke senazi zonke lezi zinto ezijulile manje aboma streams nina nibeefile nina nabantu la how
khona ngempahla Kuss hayi
waphalazisa abantu
yilo
wena
khona phesini impahla yoTalente benobonke
hayi
Oh yeah.
iyeke le iyeke leyo soyixoxa base kukhona ubonke le wena
Yeah.
ngifuna ungichazela uma unyanya phalaza
Okay. Before we even get to that,
Yeah.
abantu abaningi might not even get ukuthi yasukaphi yonke leyo. This whole thing stems, even Raise the Bar itself stems
Itself.
from
Yeah.
from
Yona
some
man.
friction, yeah.
yabo
So, Raise the Bar, there's a friend of mine, Propane. Propane sort of came under me, efundo grappa, like it was me, Raf, coaching him
baze
and all that.
bakokota classified
Hey, classified
Ucelele
is late.
kancane
engomile ngawashayana namanje
So, now, Propane does this thing. Urani call center ngala, why not?
bese nginakile yeah uthini propane
So Propane, I hear from a friend of mine, it's Propane is saying he's better than me now. Type of thing. So I've got an ego, I'm a rapper. I'm like, I'm mad. And at that time I was a bit like, I kind of caught feelings because of the relationship we had. Yeah, but he knew my frustration with people that I had helped out and how it was not really working out. So for him to say that, why should like
Uyisho emakhoneni.
Uyizwa kanjani
ifika kanjani wena ba wamcela
And I'm like, yo, so everyone. So yeah, the person he told me, it's like, yo, man. This nigga said
ngiyazi
this.
ngisola ukuthi ufeb lo
Nah,
mhlawumbe
nah.
oh
Ufeb wayezwa ngami.
oh
Ufeb, I was so there's this thing. I'm
Ngiyabasho
frustrated
mina.
about it. I'm like, yo, man, like if you know me and I'm annoyed about something, you definitely gotta know when you're around me and you bring up that person. And say, nah, I don't really mess with that person. So like right now, I'm like, yo, I haven't said nothing to Propane. I'm like sitting here like, yo, what the hell? Have I really lost it? And because my sound has always changed. Like throughout the years, my sound has always changed.
wakwenza wasibuka ngenye indlela
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, what is he
was
talking about?
Hey.
Yeah, boy. And I'm like, yo, now I gotta prove that So he had done a song on the same beat. Silas had released these beats for free. Yeah. So he did a song called The Ultimate Act. Song was cool. He was buzzing M-Touch, and they actually did an event. It was like at college thingy, hot within the streets, whatever, of his college. I'm like,
ngale beat
yeah. So now I'm like, yo, Fab, we gotta kill the same beat. And just so I'm telling Fab, yo, Fab, this shit is crazy. Look at you, Fabric Lamar. So when Fab, you're gonna kill this shit from the hook, pen. So because Kendrick and the city with the game, Kendrick was on the hook. Then like he had the little verse, in the end. So I'm like, yo, man, you gotta be Fabric on this one, yeah, boy. Taylor, make this thing, yeah, boy. Fab, baselegi, yeah, boy. So we're walking up from downtown in Mike 3, and I'm like, yo, this is how you raise the bar, yeah, boy. I keep on giving him the chant. I'm like, you put in the words in between, yeah, but when I kill the hook, I'll handle the verses. And I was supposed to be in the second verse pen. So my second verse is as is. Then I tell Fab, we're talking, Fab and I used to be close. Then after a few days later, Fab wants to see hook, and I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
This is grown man business.
Stick to mug and bean. Keep serving them biscuits. I'm like, yo.
Also, that was a
crazy.
jab.
That was a jab. Like, straight up a jab. Like,
Because propane was fana kama-market
ngayizwa nje leyo nto mina bangibreakela down abanye abantu nami.
So Fab does that. I'm like, yo, so we doing that? Yeah, but now I wrote the second verse sort of addressing. It wasn't directed at propane specifically, but it was just talking to everybody who was talking, who came from these hands, and they thought they could step up. My sons not believe that their daddy lost it. They don't say it to my face. The little girls, they gossip. That's not the way I raised them. That was that whole thing.
Realize again 12 years later.
Yeah, but-
Yes.
so that whole thing had like a backstory and jalo. That was crazy how niggas wanted to jump in. I was talking to XL the other day. He had wrote a verse for a reply. About he wanted to take a shot at me, and they were trying to get propane, but let's go. And I saw Jones post on his timeline with, yo, man, we're riding. And I'm like, looking at everyone. I'm like, yeah,
Hey, bo.
this would have been crazy.
Hey, ngakati khutlela go thimo mo go tsaka. Hey, usibulalisa ngoJones.
Yeah, but yeah, you'll know me back then. Like I was outside. I was ready to go. But propane was like, propane was chilling them out. It was like, nah. And I remember the first time we performed it, because we did the Raise the Bar event, the song wasn't out by that time. So when we did We Connect, that's the event that you actually won, but we had the Raise the Bar competition in the We Connect event.
And then we win.
Yeah. So, and as I performed the song, Propane is standing up front. Yeah, well, now it's awkward. We're top deck, and I'm like, Propane is just like rocking out. I was reacting, and I'm like, yo, it's kind of sad though. I feel bad, bro. But
Babekhona uJones.
they're cool. They're outside angry as hell. But yeah, that's a bit of our history. Now, that led to, we did Raise the Bar, the event. Where, because, like, actually it connects to what we're saying about we don't know who's hot within the game now. We could pull, it's okay, there's a team, there's a...
Aboma MOC.
Yeah. So we can take that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
umlojo. By then. Yeah.
So
Uyabakhumbula.
yeah, so now we'll talk how the name change came about. But never mind. I'm lying. I don't know how it came about. But yeah, so we could pick like specific people from each team, and be like, okay, cool. Why did we have two people from your team?
Blind.
Flip now.
Oh, now flip
Kwangenelwa kanjani konje?
Because we had picked
Yes,
like,
asihamba
one from each to send out.
No,
your best-
phela sathi uflip kum typhoons.
Oh, yeah,
So now
yeah,
pick
yeah,
from
yeah,
typhoons.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how we had set up the whole thing. Now we knew who the top
guns.
the top two people was going to be between.
Yeah.
Like, the motion, the whole thing was between you and River Nile.
No, MT ngaleso
Yeah.
So
sikhathi.
MT
Oh, it was
River
still
Nile
MT.
now, yeah.
Times have
Hey,
changed.
shintshile izinto.
So,
And it stuck out big like that nakhona even after the competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wena kodwa ungachaza kangcono.
Awukwazi. No, phela yeah, angisive competition angisakhumbula noma ngikhumbula kahle yini. But the competition yayithi ayengekho ama judges angisho.
Sure.
Angazi usikwa judge audience
Yeah,
ukuthi
yeah.
whoever got the bigger audience uyawina.
Sure.
Yabo? So ngalokho kuukuthi nawe uzofika ne audience yakho noma uzofika ne audience
Vele.
yakhe so engizoyintshontsha yabo into engisho.
Mawunqanyula bazontshontsheka.
So mangabe ngiwina mina ngine audience yami eningi kwaba ukuthi vele bengeke ungawini vele ufike ne audience.
Obvious.
Kanti vele i-competition iwinwa ngokufika nge-audience.
Sure.
So ungacasuka ukuthi hawo why abantu babe nenkinga manje mangabe ngiwinile imali yami kangaka.
Bathi wafika namabhasi, wafika
Oh,
no-KZN.
no.
Kasafika ibhasi to.
Greyhound.
Mina ade ngidlala idrama yabo.
Sure.
Lapha yaka emuhle yabo so si group vele sibaningi mhlawumbe su 35 si group. So mangabe ngisho mina la egroupini engidlala nayo idrama ngithi bafethu ngiyoperform top deck kuyawinwa ngingenwa ngecrew ngiwinwa ngokuthi umuntu abe ne crowd eningi abanemali abagibele bongisupport. So bavele bafike ngequantum
Bavele
ngempela.
bathele.
Yebo? So ngiyakhothwa ngafika nebhasi.
But if you remember, I cannot remember clearly. Do you think without Bonabefikile, like you would have won regardless?
ave singabe ngawina bese angabe bafika late abafika I think angazi noma last round
Because awuperforma ngaqala.
bafika late ngabona bafika
Like
bese
when
on the
our
last
performer
round.
bengakafiki.
Yeah.
Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi wa performer bengakafiki and then bona ba performer sebekhona bona.
sengiperforma uwinele
Kwakusekunjalo. So mina what I was awaiting ukuthi kuzotweetini esikhathini. Leyo ngangiyilindele leyo.
phela vele
But that would have been crazy too because our relationship was pretty much the same. Okay, not really 100% the same with everyone.
Yeah,
Like,
it couldn't have been.
Yeah, well, obviously, but in terms of like how we talk, because I've said things about him, I've said things about everyone. Yeah, well,
It's like yazi ngakhumbula ulayini in fact yazi ngakhumbula ulayini kunolayini wanono wawuthi ngidisa bonke abayitshela ukuthi bane talent uyakhumbula bonke abayitshela ukuthi bane talent kangiloku is this a jab because at that time there were tensions gonna I think
akanjani aqhamuke kanjani
but I remember ngazi noma imini wathumela i-voice note noma yini
But I think like
ngona leyo line ngayazi
ngiyakhumbula lo line yakhe ngiyakhumbula yisho ukuthi kwakutheni
phela shothi at that time shothi phela shothi kwakukhona khixixixo babukhona uthi nama ngisakhumbuli ukuthi kanjani yabo so yeah kangidisa ubonke no talent ngaleso sikhathi
qaqeda imanga zoyithola cause
yeah
but in essence I kind of knew that yabo but I was like
so basically awusange ngimdisa angifuna nje ukuthi bakhipha diss track kodwa sothi
but that made things a lot interesting. That made a lot
because if I had to talk about Leah beef yethu to tell the truth we initiated it yabo Leah beef yethu no MT no Banbani no King T we initiated that we initiated that because nami ngangihambe ngizwa bathi and I was like man I'm going to address this so address I mean lento engomeni khona le ngoma le get on your feet part 2
get on your feet feel le hit ukubonga shayile beats
yabo so khona labo line labo sokunquma ama dreads waphendula istrap kanjani now that was initiated
lo amthita wabo lo wayoproduce
sasukela yena impela
ayibanithatha
ayasuka ke lapho kodwa manje ebantwini kwangathi thina sisukelile
ayibanithatha
yabo
because mina
inhle lapho
mina abona get on your feet ngathi mina ngangitshela ukuthi mina it came after this whole shit
yona eyiqala yabo
but it made things a lot interesting. It made the sport fun. Especially because we were mature about, as much as we were childish, we were mature about it in terms of no one got hurt.
Yeah.
No one got physically hurt.
Akekho oyiphathela abanye screwdriver. Gas nama gas gas phela nami ngathi niyazi nini.
Okay. Ngikuthi hello. Ubani bese Majestic come to 2 Majestic nemazi
ngiyamkhumbula Majestic
nganomoya ehlala Mayville noma Melville
yini gangster
sake saxabana ke nje naye nje mfethu nje sagejana ngempela yabo
Facebook
yabo kwaba ukuthi manje mangabe ngifike top deck kumele ngifike nami namagunzi amase White City yabo engizowagoqa lapha sowethu ukuthi asigibeleni mlisa asigibeleni ntoyi yabo le
awuphetha amakarate
so ngiyazi ukuthi good mangifika top deck yabo ngoba kangazi ukuthi sizoshayana nalamjidani manje ngiyambona ukuthi mhlawumbe uyagwaza
mengisiyambona
kanti manje
yabo
mase ngizithola ngilimala yabo
I think there was a time like most of my engagement with the South Coast hip hop as far as beef goes ngangi adoptile or it was contagious from your beefs. It was affiliation. Because I recall when we were talking, you called me and I was in East London before you all did the diss songs, and it was like, yo man, we feel like, and you know me, I've always been outside. Everyone I know, I was thinking about it the other day, I've met everyone through confrontation of some degree. Even we had a confrontation. It was nothing hectic the first time we met. But it was always like this little competition. Like Amalak, and I was washing the car. You're like, hey, you stay here. I'm like, then we kicked it. Ever since then, we would like chill. So it was. I've always been that guy who would say like, yo, this is a sport. Let's go.
Uyakhumbula leya group ebabengivulele kuyona ku-mix it
Yeah.
lamajita asemarket ha hey wena wakushubile lapha
So
wakushubile lapha kwakukhona ublizzard kwakukhona umegi kwakukhona
Trust Blizzard to join in danger.
uba lo mjita
I'm not happy with you.
umavo wayikhona mfethu
Yeah, Marvin, yeah.
wayikhona Marvin
konje wayobani elinye igama lakhe
khona lo ighost
Mkid.
wakhona uCasper wakhona lo mjita kuthiwa uCasper
Casper ke mkhulu.
uCasper ke wayenalento wayijethi mhlawumbe ngikhitcher yakhe
We
No, we knew
angeke
you probably, yeah, but yeah.
Khona leyo ke.
wayijethi
Shuthi
ngikhitcher yakhe
umuntu obukele la uyazi.
owayezayo no icheri yakhe uyazi ukuthi yabo so kwavula igroup ngo-11 ebusuku ngisethekwini ngangishaya umatric futhi ngaleso sikhathi I think hayi kwathiwa wena ungeze emagate sokuphosa ngale kwebridge kwathi hayibo Jehova hayibo oblizzard lapha bethi mina ngiworking ngibhalelwa uSean G yabo yonke ngavuma kodwa ngiyi1 yazi angenza abuka ngenye indlela thanga iplan ngalo ndlela
ubhalele uG. Shiswa untswe.
hey ukhosi ke wafika inherita ke leyo beef ke ngisuke eThekwini ngiza la ngazi kwakune battle at top deck or something
Yeah.
kuyohlanganwa lapha
No, but I think Yasuga before I even left East London.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing on Facebook, like when Facebook was still
Nabo
popping,
mix
and I was just going off. So when I came down here, I remember I was supposed to battle, or before we even got to top deck, I was supposed to battle River 9.
ngase commission
And
ngiyakhumbula
I was like,
Uzophathisana ke
the whole
Strategy.
COC, I was like, come out. Like I called out the whole COC. Sayas no Talente
manje kwakhona le ishandezi
COC
Yeah.
bro.
So I called out COC.
Bro khona pro people la.
baqhamuka khona
Amachita didn't page. So siyakhuluma mix it sithi aw what up
namagwala
Abafikanga.
Abafikanga, mfethu.
ngaphinde ngaye emarket so I was like yo let's meet at park emarket niggas didn't show up again so it had that tension. By the time we get to your top deck, there's this history. There's already a hot shot, if you remember the hot shot track. So there's already that, me taking a small jab. Then we get there, and Talente is late as always. You're shy of 5.
Hayi selephu phela selephu. Ngoba iselephu aribaqala emakhasethi.
Sunday wine that's all
From a TDK. So Talent arrives late. I think no Prince.
no Fat
No Fat.
So ever since.
Petit Prince
So I'm there, like it's performance no Prince, like, and I'm like, yo, there's a song, and what can you say about Shea? So I'm like, yo, there's a song I do no Talente Ageko, so I'm gonna rock the song, yeah, boy, and the crowd starts booing. Like
What's
crazy.
boo
Boo Talente.
Talente one la
Talente Ageko, and I'm like, yo.
Even got booed off stage.
ngiyakutshela ngekho
So much, yeah.
So I'm like, yo, whoever feels froggy leap, get to the stage. See Setlisha now.
Yes.
So 10 people jump to the stage. They're ready to battle. And at this time, it's
Ukhumbula ba
freestyle.
lapho, ukhumbula ba kuleyo 10 people.
Blizzard.
ha ublizzard akasayi
Captain.
ublizzard akasayi ublizzard wayengangifuni ngempela
Blizzard nje.
wayengabulala nomuntu wayengeke ublizzard
Blizzard. Kade waqala amanyala akhe.
ha wayeke lawa amanye
Oh, okay. Hayi ngiyabona la. But
Yeah.
yeah. So Blizzard Lazy G, Little G.
Oh, lazy, yeah.
kwakhona no Lil G
Yeah.
About Lil
Little
G.
G has never
Kwakuyilo-
battled since.
kwakuba
I think he
uLil G.
quit rap after that day. I'm joking. He didn't quit rap after that day, but he hasn't. It was Lazy G, Little G.
ba uLil G
Ngikhohliwe Lil G angimazi ke. Sangisamkhumbula
guys,
kodwa
angiyazi.
kodwa Lil G mfethu uhale mfethu lapho
Kodwa lazy,
mawusakhona
lazy,
Yeah,
sure
Yeah. So niggas pull up on stage, like I say 10 of them. I kill 5. The other 5 say yasabu grab.
uba ungarephanga umkhumbulayo.
I cannot remember. Now the thing is, like, even at that time, like it was no one memorable. Yabo. After that, that's when I got like my props, because niggas thought I was gonna talk on Facebook and not show up. Yabo. So
Khona-
I've always
khona iclip engiyikhumbulayo la I think naniseni ngaphandle khona lo lokho ufuna utalent lokubatshethe utalent akayona ibhelu rap
Oh no, that was a different. That was a different.
olunye usuku lelo
lezi nje zazingifuna ngiphila lezi hey
That was years later. That one, ngishaya.
Hayi
khona ubanda khona on close ngqongqo
Yeah. No, Nico. I'm like, yo, niggas are like looking all buff and they want to beat up a kid. And I'm like, I'm in their faces like, yo, let's go. Like, let's go. And I was, Ufab is like, yo, Kuss Diverse, look at Jones. And guess who stood up for me? River Nile. Yeah, but Nile is like calming them down, like, yo, and I'm like in their face. So now the thing is, even with him, we had. No, phela yaqala vele mina on the wrong foot. So we got cool because of lazy after the battle. So real MCs like bakhona le nto le ade sixoxa about once you go pound for pound bakhona respect because lazy was like, yo man, you dope. Angiyazi what the beef is with the clique, but you and I are cool. So they would start coming to my house, record garage at 3 yakhumbula.
Sure.
And niggas
ila phela ngamafica khona ngama ngithi hawu nanka la majita ezongiphosa ngale kwe bridge
akhona la endlini
khona la endlini
niyalibona ibridge bakakisi
ngikhuma ngase bridge ngiyasho ukuthi hawu la majita lawo mfethu kodwa wangiqamela futhi ublizzard ngami wayikhona wayikhona khona
amanyala ka blizzard
wayikhona ngikutshela isimanga so ngiyacabanga ke for i-episode elandelayo ukuthi khona kuzofuneka bekhona kulezi zinto ezikhulunywe la silithole iside lakhe
kahle hle
ngoba manje ziningi into ezikhulunywe la ngabantu
ngiyakhumbula mfethu yazi ngikhumbula mfethu ukhosi ngaze nge-screenshot la shandisa yabo ngithanda yabo
I think I know where you're going. Okay.
Sisi mfethu ngangibhale uyayazi ngangishayela i-check mfethu i-fruit salad yabo so ngishayela i-check i-fruit salad on my lines yabo fruit salad jelly sauce ngawo ngafaka nama jelly sauce othena kahle ukwazi ukuthi fruit salad ufaka ama jelly sauce so sweet abangeni ke fruit salad 99 on Facebook bro
Bugage that's hey but am I
love song
I wasn't dissing. I just said the one thing that was out of place was what ama jelly sauce with fruit salad
ngikhumbula nale jab fully cooked
okay.
Kwenzekani manje kufuli cooked?
Hayi ichazi jab
Put it what? Mina eyam.
Yeah.
Jab ifuli cooked.
Why jab? Na yini ngalalele?
No, but I said it to y'all though. I didn't say it behind your back. Who did I say it to? I said it to somebody on Mix It. What's he like? Okay. I said fully cooked sounded half baked. So it wasn't even but if y'all know me, this is how I judge everything. It's not even like
wena lo senza sisukelwa abantu wena. Wena.
But did you
mina
get where I was
kahle
coming
ngiwumuntu
from?
olungile mina mfethu uyayifexisa lento ngilunge kabi mina
Talente says a lot.
nangu umuntu
ukuthi kuphela kumina I'm confrontational. I'm always ready to go. Yeah, but at least I used to be when I was young. I was always like, okay, cool.
What do we feel if fully cooked?
Yeah?
How we feel?
No.
Ongancanyiwe.
Like my favorite song was Ubomi.
Bombe bunzima.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
Why?
The production. That kind of like there was stuff lacking. I cannot remember it off the top of my mind. It wasn't like
ukhona leya ngoma ekugcineni on the beat khona leya beat ayigula lapha ekugcineni mfethu
No. The thing is, I understand why they celebrated it because you all even said it was a milestone. The first time that you sold, was it 100 copies or something? Physical copies. Yeah. So I understood the appreciation of. But when we sat down and we listened to it, and I was like, when I was personally listening to it, I was alone, and I'm like, yo, as far as I understand as criticizing the form, not really the package as a whole. I wasn't sitting down like, okay, I hate this. Yeah, but like the fact that I can remember Ubo, like there was a song that I liked.
Nambe ngifuna usho njalo ukuthi usakhumbula ingoma
shuthi khona into yangena ikhona into yangena
and it's how I listen to music. Most of the time I'm like, nah, this I like this, I don't like this.
Sadayisa 100 ngempela mfethu yabo.
Khumbula ilaunch mina la iZG.
Yeah. Sadayisa 100, sadayisa u70 ngalo date. The following week sadayisa u30. Yabo sasuprintile nje sathenga ama cover yabo saprinta savula safaka
ngiyayikhumbula nje ishandezi
sadayisa 100 sajabulani mfethu sajabulani
hey malini
hey 25 rand hey 25 rand mfethu abona nje mthu amajito uzwe babefika mfethu ekhaya beyonokha efika yonokha yothenga ifuli cooked yabo manje
uzwe isupport ili local bro
sure umjito kusumluwa kanqoko lapha ngiyamazi wayithenga ilahle njalo abuya azoyithenga yabona nje mfethu zayingena zayingena mfethu.
Yeah, but yeah, those are such beautiful things to celebrate. Even
Yeah,
hearing like
yeah.
okay, it shows maturity. Hearing all these stories and you're like, I just did that. You said this. Oh, so part of the reason I don't like Meg. For the record,
I just come over for
that. For the record, I get Guama light. Meg, so
Ninga-edit leya ndawo.
ngiyayifuna it's live on
part of the
camera.
reason I don't like Umeg. Umeg is a snake. Nah? Me and him started off on the wrong foot based on the hip hop thingies. Nah?
Sure.
But when Top Deck was coming together, we actually showed up. We were the main reasons girls were filling up at the event. And I will not lie about that. My Everyday Valentine, that song was bigger than me. Like, if you remember that thing. So, to the point that when we left East London, like, when you look at my friends, like the clique, the former Diverse, they're still like mutual friends with girls within the South Coast.
Yeah.
Because that was mainly our market. And we're not talking about high school girls like some of these girls. No. Like, we're talking about like
This nigga.
well, they were in high school back then. We were in high school.
Area code.
God.
So it was like when you look at all that, which is like, yo, man, these niggas have worked, and we used to fill up to the point that Umeg used to do posters. Angel would say like, yo, man, we just put your names on the posters. It's Yazu Taneko, but it's Funaban Bafig at the event. Yeah, but we're gonna make up an excuse when we did.
Rise
RUSS. I think he was trying to name it Kuss, but he got lost somewhere. But yeah, that was a dope initiative. That was a dope initiative.
Wait, bro. Was it once a month? Or
Yeah,
every Sunday?
it was
Once every Sunday
nah,
or
it was
every
once a
Saturday?
month. It was
Yeah,
once
bese ngathi
a month,
Like
Friday
one
ukugcina
to
ngathi Friday
first
yokuqala
uqala
noma Friday
noma
yokugcina
Nah, it was a
It was
Saturday. It was a
Saturday.
Okay, yeah.
okusala.
So,
Wayikhona kodwa siyayikhumbula yona.
yeah, nah, that was dope because
Yeah,
it brought on a lot
yeah,
of big
yeah.
names. So as much as I did not like Mag, there's great things that he
Umile
contributed to
kuleyo
the
face.
culture. No, where I was going with, so if you remember when you took out a list of things that I said, it's like, well, I said, Ngoma Banbani work. I'm like, nigga, these niggas know I was going to say this shit to their face too. Yeah, because I'd sit here and be like, yo,
So
but
Ngoma
then,
Yema's was Amukhat.
he was Amukhat, and he actually listed the jelly bean line amongst, he was calculating, isn't it? Kuss said this about this person. Kuss had Ngomaga NK'd, and he made like his cousin delete it off, or a fan deleted off his phone.
Wena wayenza loo nto.
I do not remember doing that. That would have been extreme for me to do, but
Yabona nami
it's
uMeg
not out of character
wakwaqamba
for me to do.
Wathini mfethu magnitude.
Wangikhatha uyena kodwa wangikhatha namajita lawa efuna ukungiphosa ngale kwebridge uyena. Yabo.
But yeah,
Khona nekhekhe kodwa.
Andikaze nibe nenkinga nolifethu. Nobabili.
Ufethu inkinga ngikhule nayo ufethu. Yabo, that's something abanye abantu abangayazi. Like from me Ntwana ufethu has always been my friend. Ukuthi waba nethuba lakhe kodwa ukuthi mhlambe abe nenye influence. Yabo. Akazi.
Ubophe kamile phela.
Awunini lelikhona.
Phela bese click nolifethu.
Hayi.
no,
I ngaze ngibe nejive no fethu.
Mina, it's the same thing like I've been saying the whole time. I don't have a problem with you. It's the same thing I would have said if we were in studio.
Yeah.
So if you take it as some type of way because you're outside of this circle, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be forever looking for problems where there aren't.
Ilokhuzana mfethu ke Raise the Bar remix le nam. Ukuba kakunile umunye umuntu nenzomfaka noma nafaka ngoba kuyimina.
Asazi.
Hey. Ukuthi it was befitting bro ukuthi sikufake it kwavele kwakumele kodwa sifake nombawo wenayo, you understand, because I think into eyistipulatiwe leyo ukuthi kuzoba khona nengoma yabo, kuzoba imali. Wayithola wona imali?
Bese cela imali yakho ayithatha.
Uyadlala. Ngiyakhumbula imina engakunika imali yakho ngasegaleni mfethu. Mfethu ucabanga imina okunika imali uyothi shout out to Kuss ungangiboni ngiyazi wena.
Bese ngane waphathiswa.
Ozorayima nje Talente lapha. Abanye abangithusi.
Banginika man cent.
ngakona amasenti u5 cool mina ngithi funa
Hey abanye banamasent
Yeah.
bafika utalent
ngiku 5 cool
no 5
hey bonyondo ngashona ilanga
angawuthola mfethu angawuthola
But yeah, like there's a lot
ngawuthola
of
no 2000
yeah.
ngiyathola
Because that's around the time the king of coast.
uyabona ku-king
ngangiyoclaima ke lapho bona ke lapho ngasengiyo
But yeah,
yabo
but
kodwa
that's
must
one- that's
akumele
one thing,
siyikhulume leyo ke manje kwikhamera manje
imbi
No.
imbi
The crazy thing is, like, how many niggas were actually pissed off and not saying anything about you claiming the king thing. And for me, I didn't
Yeah.
feel no type of way. Man. I didn't feel no type of way because it's like
sasa
whatever.
safuna ukubuza ukuthi indaba because I knew ukuthi nawe wow yabo indaba mengabe ngishaya le ngoma ungazange
hey ukuthi wabamenshina lapha hey
Nah, thing is, for me at that time, like I was outside,
Hey,
but at the same time, I'd analyze the situation and be like, nah, if everyone is jumping at this, what's gonna make it stand? I'm gonna stand out because of who I am.
Correct.
And the clashes of Salah now.
khona le mpahla le ni work nesingisi nangeveneki
Work
manje
imagine.
ithi yo
Talente used to say that like over and over again.
ama-quotables nginama-quotables bafethu
hayi ngakuvele kungazi nje kodwa babe
obani
angazi phela wena wabasho
oh
wena wawubasho
But,
Yeah.
but the crazy thing is, like, another thing people might not know is how cool Talente and Nico are.
yeah ave sesigrand no bro ave sesigrand
Even though like niggas wanted to whoop my ass for saying because they were performing a track. Ukugu, that's a cool mixtape like that was coming out. Shout out to Kugulieza, no relations to you. But yeah. So Ukugu, they were performing songs
volume
that were
ba
on the-
volume 1 no volume
Angazi
2
I think it was
Sinema
volume
volume
2. We never heard
amaningi.
volume 1. So they were performing a song that was off Ukugu. And they had some lines about the talent. And I'm like, yo, man, like, I'm here. Like, if you're coming at the squad, like, I'm here. Let's go. Nangu Fab la, also by back up. Angshaya ma-ad-libs, amnandi.
yeah plus
So-
fair boy fella sound out to a passion
Yeah.
outcast
hey
Fabric.
yeah uyangicrossa manje asaba
Fair,
mnocingo
bruh.
ngimfone
Fair, bruh. Okay, it's whatever, though. It's whatever. Cool.
besithi funeka enze ingoma yale podcast like hey intro but safonelana Grandy after that mase ngithi funeka afike studio ke and then to cut the vocals fair akasalibamba ucingo
Hey, man.
yazi mfethu
Yona
khona i-hip hop show
ngizongena
mfethu khona i-hip hop
ngayo.
show esisane south angazi noma kuthiwa yini igama layo yenziwa computer kuthiwa DJ excellent
sho ngiyayibona le no top 10 wakhona
sure ukuthi angiyazi yini igama layo
ngiyikhohliwe igama
so lo mshito kuthiwa excellent ku bra wami yabo uyangisendela usho kade invite ugonqonqo khona yayipick up so kade invite ugonqonqo yabo futhi ugonqonqo seya rap ke phela yabo uthi ufikile uyi-rap so bayamshutha ke i-video yabo uyangidisa ko WhyNot angazi unjani
Hayibo.
ngokuvela kanye kuzalo senime menza ukuthi kanjani bese excellent ayangisendela le shadisa yabo mina ngazi noma ngisarapha yini ngisarapha mina
hey angisazi ndoda
so ukuthi umuntu angathi mangabe ebiziwe for an interview
Shuthi kusasa-
kwi hip hop show yena into angayenza is to rap
Ucabanga
about
ngawe.
dissing me
hey
ngibe
futhi kusanesisindo phela igama lakho mfethu
angithi ngizokugcwalisela lokho ngisazogcwalisela ukuthi
Yabo.
ngisayikhingi kahle
Ah, siyasho.
But yeah, like, so we're
Hey.
saying.
Hey.
What's playing, man?
oh we
Yo, when's the last time the exhibit?
Hey.
Eh?
hayi Tony yeyo
Oh, but it has that exhibit feel. Like, what's that exhibit song that's on this tease? Okay, never mind. It's like in the background. You're probably not gonna hear it, but yeah. So, where was I? I was talking about the.
yabona
Because you've been doing like crazy nice things outside of hip hop.
yeah
You even kissed a nigga, but that's Hey,
I didn't know you were going there.
I
didn't know about with
ain't
that.
no blow man
Are we there? I don't think it's that low. But hey, are we there?
no,
You know?
my nigga, no, that's
so yeah
Oh.
shit
Yeah, but man, yo, like, uspanile, bro. Uspanile.
Yeah,
Like,
not
ngale
we're not going to
kwalokho.
minimize it to like that little thing.
That's
You've
not
done
even the
great things,
pinnacle
bro.
of everything, bro. But go uspanile in the name of wena, yabo.
Sure.
And we can't take away that. Ukuthi shuthi yena ubona ukumention into enjalo kunamandla ngalendlela to take away ispan sakho, yabo. Of which you cannot take away ispan sakho.
Hawu, mfethu.
You cannot take it away, bro.
Umsebenzi wethu
Because-
uyayikhulumela
Yabo.
umsebenzi wethu.
Ngoba kwakufika lapho kuzalo ispan sakhe sikuthathe
No,
sakubeka
the thing is,
lapho.
I recall
Yeah,
even when we were in
yes.
Durban, like you was doing a lot theater-wise. You were doing a lot.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
stage
Mfethu
and-
ngiyaperforma mfethu next month on the 28th,
Go.
25th in Free States, Bloom, Parkhoff's Performing Arts Center of the Free States.
Okay.
Yeah. So when the Nandi the musical,
Awe.
I'm playing Shaka, I'm playing
Oh, ile
Senza
shande
Ngibona.
sokuxoxela ngayo isikhathi senyama.
Bom, bom,
Ngiyakhumbula ngikubukile ICL entuzane ePlayhouse.
Yeah.
ePlayhouse, yeah. Hey bro.
Ngenza
Sasihamba
le-
nawo,
Oh, yeah,
sasihamba
yeah,
nawo.
yeah.
So babukele ePlayhouse.
So how do you? I take it as if theater is your first love.
Sure.
Speak on it.
Mfethu angazi mfethu yabo mina kusukela ngiyintwana nje mfethu yabo theater ngenxa ngiyona mfethu yabo mina kahle hle ngikhulele esontweni ke yabo. So esontweni kunokulenganisa umfundisi yabo mase sikekhaya ukuthi umfundisi wayenza kanjani yabo into ngishoyo. So from there mfethu kwavele kwaba khona yini leto le isketch sesonto esokwenza ukufa nokuvuka kwaJesu.
Sure.
Kwavele kwenziwa lo shandisi ngavele nga-acta angisakhumula ngi-actani yabo. So from there ngalo encourage ke edladleni ukuthi hayi mfisa le mpahla le.
Hlala kuyona.
Hawu.
Cabanga mfethu ukwazi ukuphusha into
Okay,
obuphusha
from
kuyona
there ke.
edladleni.
Okay, from there.
So how did you
Nako
end up like?
nasegaleni.
Hawu ngaqala egaleni.
Sure.
Ulady.
Ngiyakhumbula ngiyimboya ngakuthini this.
Yeah.
Mina phela ngikhumbula because nawe sikhule nawe phela.
Yeah.
Besihlukaniswe istrati nje sinawe.
Yeah. Wona uhlala straight back opposite
Yabo.
sasekhaya.
And bowuvele so
Sure.
on kule shandesi le.
One time.
Lapho bengingakayitholi nanokuthi ke mina sharp ngami ngaleso sikhathi.
Engakho ngisifesi nami angazi bese nami shisa imfesi nje iveli lento ikhona.
Yeah.
Because nje yeah. Sasexha ngisho yizo emva kwendlu mfethu yabo. Ganga mfethu namathita seyimapara manje ishow.
Inspired by Papa Action.
Mapara mfethu senzo Papa Action la mfethu
Hey
yabo.
bave babo papa
Hlephula
action
insango.
ngempela.
Bavele baba yibona. Kodwa ke phela.
Ah mfethu.
Yeah.
So kuningi esisangakhuluma ngako mfethu asirap up manje umuntu ahamba ayokwenza izinto. Ayibona yonto.
But Bele, we're gonna be back soon. This is not the end.
Yeah.
Next week we had we here.
Either soba la noma asike classified shana amanzi akhona.
Yeah.
Get
Isengwaqedile.
classified. for
Next
Raise
time
the
ngasithola sike senzi.
Ahlukile ke lawa
Yeah.
blue awafani nalawa.
It's all over.
Yeah,
So
bo.
we had classified for Raise the Bar.
And
we got
ngiphinde
the
nilindele
battles.
ngomhla ka28.
That's next week.
Yeah. Siyakhipha ngomhla
It's
ka28.
on Flat 28 next week.
Yeah.
So we got
Next week.
yeah. So we got the,
Sekuzohola 25.
so who do we have? We have
Wena uphafa guns la.
Pava Guns versus Holy.
Hey.
Who do you have?
Hey uphavu uyashisa uphavu.
But Holy, Wamos.
Hayi ukuthi akangithi cha. Ake ngithi cha.
Do you know any?
Angibazi mfethu.
Vele usale so
Kade
yini uphafa
ngibabona.
guns.
Kade ngibabona amajida yabo ngabona ukuthi hayi angibazi. Ngisafuna ukuba-check kuqala yabo.
Hayi ashaya
We'll
manje.
give you something to check. We'll show you something to check. So
Wona usabhetlish?
I'm on next week.
Awukhona.
Okay.
Khona nolori.
Nakala upulo okay usarap lori. Noma use
Uyabhaka ulori but angazi but no but ukhona ulori.
blind.
Lori versus Demo. You're obviously going to be biased.
Wena mfethu ngisaphosa ulori fine.
But now the thing is, it's gonna be dangerous, and I think Lori knows how dangerous Demo is gonna be.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
Demo-
nami ngiyamazi ulori dangerous kanjani.
okay.
Lord.
So then there's obviously Kuss Diverse
Larry
versus
music
Prosper.
genius.
Ah, Prosper man.
These men are flops and
I just said it to his face.
Nice verses.
I'm kidding. But Prosper nice.
I'm the
Prosper's
sickest in the room
nice,
with
man.
the right nurses.
Like the
Lori is busy caught up on old school Lori.
Awublind.
mina shu phela that's where I fell in ayibo we
Phansi wathi fell.
Pause. Hey, plus wait.
angisimanje ngakho angithi ngakho ngizula manje angithi ngakho
Mhlampe
ngizula
uqonqo
ngiyabona
right.
ukuthi ngiyabona ukuthi
But no,
Yeah, now like then me and Prosper actually dropped today. Yeah, so it's out on YouTube, part 1, just to see like glimpse. As I'm saying, I'm a buzz, bro. That's why I gave away all that stuff.
siyawa razor qha.
I need bars to raise. It's in like I even forgot the bar. About
Kade ngikusendele ethi battle yakhumbula.
y'all niggas battled.
Because I fly zokusendela.
Okay.
Flying
Okay,
kakhulu.
then we got.
Awukhona now.
yeah ukhona kwakushutha upepe kwakushutha ba
Shoot upepe. I think shoot upepe.
Hey, I do not remember this, but I might have been there. So,
Kodwa ngawina.
okay, who else do we have? We have. Hey, let me look at the card actually. We should have 2 more battles. Oh,
Yeah.
we have Utugu. No.
Yeah,
No Vike.
yeah.
Tugu Vike.
uchuku as in like ugongqongqo no outclass
Khona omunye umjida.
Khona
Utugu Liyeza.
uchuku liyezi
Angizoyinika uchuku.
hayi ngizobiza u-outclaws mina nogongqongqo bazombona lo mjidi ngiyazi bazomshanga mixtape ngiyazi bazomshanga
Nombuzo bese ku volume 7.
mixtape yolo
Nje buthi Utugu
Volume
Liyeza.
7.8.
So then we've got guys. I keep on trying to find this thingy, but
Rockefeller Dollar Inc. That was the name of his chapter. And that's the
that's
guy
the-
you chose to name your company after?
get it straight. I rock hoes.
Yeah, Rockefellers.
So then we've got K Money and Emphasis. K Money and Slick. K Money and Slick.
Slick is dope, bro.
Yeah, Slick.
Slick is slick.
Awakephi la machita mfethu. Ukhona ola igama lakho Petlishayo.
Ilento kade sangithusa mfethu.
Nenza kanjani
Bona
wena
bonke
bafethu?
akekho umntwana
Nenza
ekasi
kanjani?
mfethu.
Nenza kanjani kuphi event?
Izobe la ikasi.
Usiyayiboycott.
Classified.
Usiyayiboycott.
No. Killer verse, no Fugo.
Abakuphi?
Mfethu sithika abantu bala mfethu. Ubani owala igama lakho Petlishayo?
Funa uphe mfethu
Asenze
J
kanje.
Chris.
Asenze kanje.
battle
I spoke to Brandon. I tell uzothintana noNico angitholele even if it's one battle.
Nami bengithe ngizombona uNico brother.
So xhumana noNico sibone ukuthi who can we add last minute even if it's a 1 rounder aba like us.
Yeah, I don't know what you heard about.
So with that, can we sign out because vele sobuye
Yeah,
spoil.
So guys and girls, it's time to put your faith in a friend.
Zinja. But no, still raising the bar.
My available so lokho simbiza nje sleep.
Uzoloke khona. Uzoloke khona. Into nje
perms, you can see.
ningasithinta lapha epage sine page ne.
Yeah, we got pages. It's Raise the Bar 039 all around.
Ungakwazi ukusuggest ukuthi sibize bani, but funeke kube ukuthi uyazi ukuthi ufuna simbizeleni.
Yeah, ungasibizeli like abangani bakho
Oh,
or
so
camera
shithi
like.
siyakwazi ukubiza umuntu
Yeah.
okungasiwa la eSouth Coast noma sisebenzisa abantu base South Coast kuphela.
If
Noma
if
ngabe
accessible,
yeah, if
angeza.
accessible angeza mfethu. Sifocus wonke umuntu mfethu. Yabo. But nala eSouth Coast so abanye sofika kubona qathatha.
Within hip hop space though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yabo. So lokho siyibambe kanje. So lokho siba nabantu
Koze
abasifikelayo.
kubuya.
Yabo.
Yeah.
And then zoloke kuba mnandi so lokho si raise the bar.
Yeah, I don't know what you heard about me.
Shopping.
Okay, we out.
I got a look no perms.
This is how you raise the bar. This is how you raise the bar. Now this is how you raise the bar. Raise the bar.